Yeah, because we normally just hit play and then just whatever
Yeah,
starts at the
take
beginning of it,
yeah,
and
take
that's
too
what we
damn
go with.
long.
Shut it,
But we're
Tom.
recording right now, so it's perfect.
Oh, there we go.
So
See, just like we
three,
always do.
three, two, one. Hey, hey, WKN, welcome to the podcast where we talk about whatever the heck we want. But today we're also talking about whatever the heck we want because that's how it goes. Sometimes it has to do with wheeling and four-wheel drive. Probably like 25% of the time. But you know what? I've watched other podcasts and I think we're right around we're about the correct amount. So, welcome to episode 23 of season 2 of our craziness. Here are
Mm,
our hosts.
episode 24.
No, I'm odd,
Yes, you
right?
are odd,
Are you
but
sure?
the
You
number's
are
probably
odd.
24.
I think I'm the odd numbers. Okay, so we're either number 23 or 24. We'll figure it out. Who are our guests?
Which one is
Or
it, Thomas?
who's our host?
We
23.
did
I was right.
22 last week.
Yeah.
Did we? Dude, I
Can you
can't.
freaking tell us who you are, please?
Oh man, well you said host. I'm not a
I
host.
am waiting for my host, not
I'm
Oh,
you.
okay. I was gonna
Stacy.
say,
Yeah,
yeah.
Hey, Thomas,
Stacy.
I
I
am
told you
Justin.
we just
And I'm Sylvia, and this is our very fun special guest.
Dan.
Yeah.
Dan the man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dan.
or
Mentioned
Prius.
often, seen
Yeah.
never. So,
I know. What is that thing where it's like long time listener, first time
yeah,
caller?
first time caller.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dustin said that
Long
last
time
week
caller, first
with
time
Dominic
listener. Yeah.
when we were talking with Dominic.
But Dominic actually called on the phone, so that's why it was funny.
There
You
you
know
go.
what was so funny about that? He thought he was dreaming it. He was like, "Did you call me last night?" Or was I dreaming? I was like, "Dude, you were on the podcast." He was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, dude, we had you on the podcast." He was like, "No, you didn't." I was like, "Yeah, yeah, you're on the podcast."
I know. That's funny. So we had an eventful weekend. Not a whole lot of Jeep stuff. A little bit on Saturday, but we celebrated some special birthdays.
We
Whose
had
birthday
John.
was it, Stacy?
It was John and Opie's birthday on Friday.
It
It
was their
was.
birthday on Friday. Happy birthday, John and Obi.
Yeah,
And then
And
whose birthday was
Stacy's
Saturday?
birthday was Saturday.
it was
Yeah,
Saturday. Yes.
Happy
yeah.
birthday, Stacy.
Thank you.
So for
And my
her,
birthday was Sunday, but everybody forgot it. So
no,
thanks.
you're such a dork. So Stacy got to celebrate. I have a cat butt in my face. It's fine.
It's fine.
To celebrate her birthday the morning at Jeeps in Java, and that was a pretty good turnout again. I was kind of nervous because of the rain, but how many Jeeps do you guys think was there?
I don't know.
That whole
Everybody
side
told
was
me
full
not as
whenever I
many
pulled
as the last one, but
I think that was just because of the sun. But yeah, the whole side was full. They didn't have them parked like right next to like that ditch like they did last time between
Yeah,
the street and the thing, but it was still pretty.
there was a lot more
Well,
last time, but this time there were still quite a few.
the one guy that works for Cross walked around and took a video, and I happened to see it on YouTube today because Thomas's Jeep was in his cover with him. He had a GoPro, and it was Thomas's Jeep. Was like, who's this dude on YouTube?
Stealing
Thomas's
Thomas's
Jeep. Yeah, and I clicked on it, and it was like so and so from Cross.
You're
And
like, you're
then,
lucky.
yeah,
so
You're
the
lucky you
whole
weren't
outside, I don't know if you'll be able to see it.
perimeter.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Yeah. Yeah.
And then the inside circle,
Yeah.
which I remember
There's still quite
last
a
year we
few.
had them lined up like all like you couldn't drive around the middle. Like they were just rows and rows and rows. So
Yeah,
Yeah. That's kind of how it was last time.
yeah. I mean it
It
was
was
still a
pretty
good
full.
turnout.
Yeah, for sure. For
yeah. I'll
sure.
need to look
And
up the
then,
cross video.
yeah, who was that? Who was that guy who had the gray Comanche that was selling the books? Do you guys have the information on that?
Thomas, do you have the books up here?
I can run and grab them. They're downstairs. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thomas, go get the
Because
books.
he had said that his son had passed away, right? And that was his Jeep,
yes.
and they had kind of like renovated it, and that they were
So
gonna.
I actually read the book. It before the son had passed away in 23. They had completely finished it. Completely finished it except for the motor swap. He got to drive it and everything. So it was absolutely completely finished except for the motor swap in it.
Did they put
And
an LS1 in it, or what's in it? Or no, it's a
It
diesel,
was a
right?
diesel.
a
Yep.
diesel. Mhm.
Cummins.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
But they have like a foundation or something now, right? Is that
they
why
do have
you
a
got the book?
foundation set up in his name to a scholarship foundation.
Nice.
So it's Nathan, here's the book. You can buy the books for
Nathan's Jeep.
$20 or $20 for paperback, 25 for hardback. So
And that went to their
it goes to the
their
scholarship. It goes to it's a 501(c)(3).
Mhm.
We'll put the link up there. The father is the one who wrote it. This is the son and his Jeep in the book.
Aw. Yeah, it's a dang nice looking Jeep too.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah.
So it's a 98, but it
And I know
tells
his
the whole story in here. They
because he
picked
died kind of tragically, right? He was what was
he
17 or
he died in a car accident
yeah.
his junior year. Yes.
Yeah. And he's
here
local to
from
us,
Louisville.
correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
So all
Yeah.
the money purchased from the books, or you can just donate, goes to the scholarship fund set up in his name.
That's awesome. Yeah,
So
we'll definitely set up the link. You guys can give him some love for sure.
Nathan
And I saw his little
Lane,
friends. Yeah, I saw his friends were there too, kind of hanging out with the Jeep. So that was cool. It's kind of like young us, like Jeep people always kind of flock together. So that's pretty cool.
yeah.
What did you
So
guys, anybody, Dan, did you do anything fun Friday or Saturday?
Well, Friday I went to Stacy's party.
Oh yeah, Stacy's, yep,
Yeah.
Stacy's party.
Yeah, you
Saturday
did.
I had the ball.
Stacy and John's party.
Yeah, Stacy and
I
John.
was,
party.
yeah, I was also there. I did leave
Do
early.
you remember being there? That's the question.
I remember
How
being
many
mouthy and
pictures did you have?
taking myself home.
Two pictures. See, and I only had 2 drinks, and the second one was bought by the mayor.
But it really only counts as one because I was sharing them with Dustin. It was
It only
mainly
counts
ice.
as-
Yeah, but
It
I
was
only had
mostly ice.
one little glass out of each pitcher, and then they were gone. You were
You know
sucking
how I
down
am
that-
around a lot of people?
Okay,
Just keep drinking.
Stacy's
Let me-
speechless.
yes, because
Can't even form
I have
words.
to say this right. The only person here will understand me right now is Thomas. Sylvia's eyes look like Trip's eyes trying to eat his smash cake when she left the restaurant. And Trip was trying to sleep as he was eating his smash cake.
Pretty
If
Oh,
much.
I was tired.
Yeah.
I was sleepy. I went straight home
That's
and
what it
went
was. You were
straight
really,
upstairs and
really tired.
That's what it
yes, I was
Yeah.
really tired.
was. So, yeah.
It's
That's what
fine.
it was pretty funny.
I gotta say,
I'm like, Sylvia,
she
go
was
home.
sound asleep like 3 seconds after her head hit the pillow.
Yeah.
Like it was
Oh, I wouldn't
instant
doubt it.
out.
Yeah.
So it's how it happens. I drink and I either become friendly or mouthy, and then I immediately get tired, and then it's done. There's
And
nothing.
Friendly was not on the
On
books
Friday.
that night, so she had to go. I kicked her out
Right
at that
over
point.
it.
She had to
I was
go.
like, I should probably leave.
It's
Spicy
fine.
Sylvia was coming out.
Yeah, spicy. Yeah,
Normally
we were at
that's
a
just
Mexican
me and
restaurant.
Stacy.
Yeah,
It's
I was
one or
spicy.
the other. You're either gonna get spicy Sylvia or happy-go-lucky Sylvia. And just so happened Friday night,
It was spicy Sylvia.
It was spicy on a stick. Is what
Sylvia was peopled out because there was
I was
there was
so.
every bit of
I
what
even
25
sat.
people there.
I
30.
even
had
I
close
sat
to
think it was
40.
30. Yeah, there was
yeah, there
more
was
than
at least
30.
30 or plus.
In the back room that we were in, there was also like an entire table full of kids. There's probably 30 kids at that one table screaming. Can't even hear yourself thinking there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Nikki's like, I gotta go.
I'd actually sat as to the far end to where only Dustin could sit on this side of me, and then Weddles were across from me. So I thought I was going to be okay, but it was just too much. It was too many people. It was just too much. It's okay. I'm so happy.
Anyways,
I'm so happy you guys are loved. You had a big birthday party. So happy you have so many stinking friends.
Yep, our
That's
friends
so
list keeps
fun.
growing too.
Yeah. So yeah. So did you do anything Saturday, Dan?
Now, Amy needed some help mulching, so we mulched at her house, and then she had a dollar yard sale, so everything was $1. So she did all.
really?
It
Did
was.
that go off well?
She said
Oh
yes.
no.
Well, and so
He's
I had
like,
my trailer,
well,
and so whatever didn't go went into the trailer and then straight to Goodwill. So the goal was to get it out of the house. So it went well from that aspect. I think she said she $56 or something like that.
Okay. Well, that's a
So it
lot.
wasn't, yeah, it wasn't horrible, but yeah, then it took away all the haggling because it was like it's $1.
Well, that's what I say. Did they try to talk you down? Because they're like, I have 75 cents.
No,
We take 70,
No.
70,
no, there was no
78
conversation
cents,
about that.
78. Well,
well,
that's what that pisses.
I could
That's
have
why I won't
came and
do
then
them.
got a trailer for $1. Then is what you're saying. Since
The
your
trailer was
was
full of mulch, and so then we also did tell people as they
that's even
showed up,
better.
they could either buy something or help put the mulch down. So
Either or. Either
yeah,
or.
Well, I would have just bought the trailer full of mulch for $1 and then left with
uh,
it.
good call.
And
Good call. That
then,
wasn't on the driveway. That was in the yard.
oh, okay.
So,
Well, it
yeah.
was a yard sale, not a driveway
Oh,
sale.
Good
that's
call.
a
All
very
right.
I
good
mean,
that's a
Yeah.
very good point.
Yeah.
And it
Regardless,
had
it wasn't
yard
sold.
stuff in it.
Was there any
So
vehicles in the driveway then?
No, no. And she
Ah.
normally has quite a few because she's got a lot of people living in her house. She's going to love that
yeah.
story. So I like to say she lives above the garage in her parents' house because her parents live with her.
Uh-huh.
But
Oh, but they live with her.
yeah,
Yeah.
and her bedroom just happens to be above the garage, so it's the
I feel like
largest.
that happens a lot nowadays. Like a lot of people are multi-family or
Mhm.
multi-generational living. You have to, but it sucks before.
Yeah, and
Yep.
she's done that for a long time. Whenever they moved to Kentucky, it just family circumstances kind of worked out that way.
Yeah.
It started out and then it worked.
Works out. Yeah.
Guess we need to move my mom and stepdad into the guest room.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just
How
join
many-
Did
the
you lose
group.
audio when you
Right.
said that? Because like all of a sudden it got quiet. I
Just
don't.
join.
I'm just thinking of
join-
all the pictures.
join in.
It's gonna be. Oh, every once in a while, I do like think in my head, oh, well, like, what my niece was gonna possibly move in with us for a while, but then I was like,
Hmm.
I really don't want to live with anybody but Dustin and Savannah, so it's not gonna work out. I don't think.
Yeah.
Just think when Savannah's gone, how quiet your house will be too.
I know my house is so quiet already. I can't even
He's
imagine.
gone all the time as it is. Like,
Yeah, she's pretty quiet anyway. These dogs, the dogs are the loud ones, but they're all asleep right now too.
he's
So
done with school now, so it might be a little different. But most of the time, she
yeah.
was out of the house at 8 a.m. and then didn't roll in till 11, 12, whatever time after she got
Yeah,
off work. And then
yeah,
she'd get up in the morning and do it again. And then, okay, well, I guess we'll see you next weekend whenever you're
yeah,
off on Saturday.
yeah,
But it's fine.
yeah.
And she works with you now, doesn't she, Sylvia?
Yeah, so she'll start once she gets her license. So it'll probably be 6-ish weeks, if I had to guess. So hopefully sooner, but we'll see.
She got to wait until the school sends the state her graduation information, and then she has to schedule to take her state board test. Round
first
one.
one.
There's two, so round one, and then you have to pass that one before you can schedule to take your second one, and however long you got to wait for that, and then you got to pass your second one, obviously, to
Then you get your license.
Then you get your license.
So,
Okay.
yeah, so hopefully
It'll still
soon.
be several weeks, but
Yeah. And then anything Sunday, guys? I know on Saturday we pretty much were just uh window shopping for different camper stuff, but that was pretty much it Saturday. What about Sunday for you guys? Anything?
Well, Saturday we also, besides Jeeps and Java, we went to Trip's birthday
Hmm.
with Jeremy and Megan, and they made a big announcement, but
I wouldn't throw that on here.
I'm not.
Yep.
They just made an announcement. But
Yeah.
Trip's birthday, and had a lot of fun hanging out with everybody. Got to see Deb and Benji for 2 days in a row.
2 days in
That's
a
never
row.
happened.
Getting it all in before they moved to Florida.
That doesn't
Yeah.
happen. But yeah, that was kind of funny. We're just messing with each other on that. And then
Yeah.
Steve and Sandra was there.
Yeah.
Jason and Lisa showed up, and there was several others. I know they had a
Yeah.
ton of family there, of course.
Yeah. I felt bad we couldn't go, but we literally had to go to Indiana. So I was like, and we can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. And
I'd
then
also had so many people. So
yeah, you were already peopled out from Friday.
yeah, I was doing out Friday and I had to do Jeeps and Java. So
Yeah,
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
yeah. And
We
then
went out on
and
Too
the
then
many.
test track. How did Goldilocks
I
do? You were able
did.
to make it
Yeah.
around?
Barely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Barely. Yeah. She scraped over everything. She did squeak quite a bit.
There
Don't
you go.
mind my steering stabilizer. It's fine. But yeah, I took Missy uh, around Hinkley. She had never been on it, so got her up in the Jeep. It was funny because I asked if she needed any help, and then she's like, "No, I get in Kenny's Jeep all the time." I was like, "Okay." Kenny's Jeep is smaller than mine, but let's see this. And then it took her a second to get up. She had to like put her, she just had a knee replacement, I think.
Yeah,
And she
mine's
was
back.
like, "Okay, that's definitely a lot different." Like I don't have stairs. It's like a couple inches taller, like all the things. But she had a really good time going around the track. So yeah. Then yeah, they shut it down like right after me. So hopefully I was supposed to go on. I signed the paper, so
yeah, there just
it's
wasn't that many people that got on. It was still kind of it was damp. It didn't really rain or
yeah.
anything, but it was still pretty damp.
Yeah.
Um, but then
Yeah,
after
you don't
the
want to get
party
mud
with
on the
Stacy,
cheeks,
I took
man.
off to
I
Cincinnati.
know. Seriously. Oh, you guys went to Cincinnati. What'd y'all do?
Chopped. Spent money.
Shopped.
Spent
Did you
money
go to
that
Gorilla Bob's or no, what's it called?
Jungle
Jungle
Gym.
Jungle
Jungle
Gyms.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
We
Did
went
you go
to the
there?
one that's on the east side of town. Everybody says it's the bigger one. It is not the bigger one. The one on the
No, it's not.
north
It's
side.
it's it's bigger
Uh,
because of the shopping center that it's attached to, but there's a lot of other shops that aren't part of it, or the one we
Uh,
normally go to, it's massive.
yeah.
I've only been once, and I was at the one where there's the pet store right next to it. The
Yeah,
expensive
that's the
pet
one on
store.
the east side, not the one up in Westchester. The one up in
Mm.
Westchester area is much, much bigger.
Okay. Interesting.
It's huge.
I'll
huge.
have to make another trip up there.
Huge. So, Dan, have you ever been up there?
Not to Jungle Gyms. I was just gonna say, last time I was up in Cincy for a weekend, we went to Findlay Market.
Is that big flea market?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a flea market, but it's a big covered area that has a bunch of different permanent shops in
That
it.
are all like branched
Yeah,
off
that's
of it.
all
Yeah,
wings. Yes.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
we
didn't know if
went
they
that
considered that a
last
flea
We
time.
market.
call it the big flea
Yeah,
market.
it might as well be a
That's
flea
literally what it
market.
looks like.
There
Yeah,
you go. So that was
yeah,
cool. Yeah,
yes.
Did you
That'll
buy
take
any?
half a day to walk through that.
That's an all day thing just for that one
Yeah,
place.
for sure, for
it's
sure. Yeah, because we
huge.
went up last year for what was it, the Monet exhibit that they
Yeah,
had, similar to the Van Gogh one. So yeah, we
yeah,
made a weekend out of it, and did that.
yeah.
Did you buy any cool Stitch stuff?
I only bought two
Mm.
Stitch things.
Only two. Nice.
I know, only two, and that was
What'd
at
you
Jungle Gyms.
What'd you get?
They're downstairs, just two
Ah,
plush animals. Nothing special.
What's your review on the movie? That's the big question.
I liked it. A lot of people don't like it because they didn't follow the original, but that's why I like it.
They
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 didn't follow.
followed it pretty. It's pretty close.
Well, what's close about it is without giving it away, he comes down from space, obviously.
Wait,
And
what?
I know.
Who
And
knew?
they're chasing him, and the parents passed away and the two girls are, trying to make it. But besides that, a lot of things are different.
Yeah.
Um
I will
Did you
say
The
that
ending
already
was
I,
a
out
little
of
I
the
different.
ocean
actually I
like the
The
actually did
last?
ending was
not
a little
know.
different, but
I did not know that he
what,
came
Dan?
from space
I
because
didn't know
I've
he was
never
an
seen any
alien.
of them.
We've never watched it.
I've never watched a single one.
We'll have to
So sorry.
yeah.
Oh.
one of
Spoiler
these
alert.
days. We'll add it. We'll add it to our list. Yeah.
Dustin's saying we're not watching that.
I'm not
Yeah, we're
opposed to
not doing
watching it.
that.
I've just never seen it.
Okay, so now that
Anyways,
we've kind of discussed our weekend, yeah, let's get to the special guest.
I
So
did my hair special.
Dan, yeah, very special. Everybody let your hair
fresh
down.
coat of wax.
There you go. I put a light
So
right here.
Dan, yeah, blinking off. So where do you live? What do you do? And tell us what make and model your rig is.
Sure, sure. So big surprise, I'm not a medical professional. I get that a lot,
He's an astronaut. He's an
but
astronaut.
right?
Oh.
Astronaut.
Right,
People,
looking at full moons, just so
yeah,
you know.
yeah. And it's,
This is the Dan who owes me $10.
She did do a strip tease for him in the
yeah,
book.
no, yeah. I wasn't gonna go
Oh
Dan's
all
a
my
the way
God.
special
there. I
one.
was just throwing out the medical professional. I'm just
Oh,
saying.
I done told the whole world because I was like,
Yeah.
this is gonna come out somehow, probably because I'm gonna accidentally tell. So I might as well just on purpose tell.
Yeah,
Dan
Well,
told my butt,
Dan's
and it was super
Sylvia's first
embarrassing.
OnlyFans subscriber.
right,
Well, and
right.
then and then
And I
and
want
then
my money back. I'm just saying.
Wow.
There
I
it
was
is.
Just let me
he
know
did
whenever
make
you're
me
just going to drop me off the podcast. That's the kind. I'm not invited to
he
the
did
tribes
he
anymore.
did
Yeah.
make me feel better though because I thought he saw like 360 because I was in a panic and I just kept turning because
No, he had already closed his eyes at that point, going, "No,
oh
Sylvia,
my
no."
God.
Right.
Oh my God. So he's like, oh
In
no, I
my
just saw your butt.
Yeah, in my
Yeah,
defense,
it
I
was
was
he
coming
had his
down.
hands
I
over
saw
his
her off
eyes.
to the side. With the
My Jeep.
Goldilocks off to the side, I thought they were waiting for me to come down to follow down around, and because they didn't say what was going on, I'm like, all right, and
Yeah.
It's
so
okay.
So Dan
Anyways,
covering
Anyway,
his
so
eyes,
yeah.
but his cell phone was up like this.
right, I had the GoPro.
yeah, the
So
GoPro was going.
yeah,
No, it wasn't.
it was
He
not,
he
but
double checked.
yeah, yeah,
He
He double checked.
Yeah,
He's
he
like, dang
double checked.
it.
right,
he
right.
made sure because he was going to delete it. But yeah,
Sylvia's
so
Had my
like,
ultra
Sylvia's
wide
like, I
lens
better get some
on, so
proceeds out of
we
that
were good to go.
video.
That's right.
yeah, but Dustin
I'm
was
sure it's
like,
floating
oh, it's
around
okay.
somewhere on the
He's like, it's
interwebs.
okay. Dan's in the medical field. I'm like, yeah, Dan, I'm sure. He's like, no, I'm not.
I was like, I don't
Dan's
know,
like, I'm
dude.
in
He got a
finance.
stethoscope
I'm
on
in
his Jeep,
finance.
so I was
On my
like,
Jeep. Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm an IT manager for a company out of Arizona. So I manage a group of people globally. We handle an e-commerce website where people come in and buy stuff. So that's what I do. I'm originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Moved to Louisville back in 2015 for a job that didn't work out. Stayed. So here I am. So I'm up in LaGrange, so a lot farther than all y'all. What else did you ask?
Your
what
rig.
what you're making model of your Jeep?
Yeah, so I'm the oddball in the group for sure with a 4xe. So heavier than carbon. We figured that one out.
Surprisingly, yeah.
Yeah, by a bit. So yeah,
We need to
How
get
much does
maybe,
it
maybe we're
weigh?
close.
we need to get a Jeep teeter totter where we can pull two on and then see which one.
Ah,
That would be so fun.
it's Scotty making that instead of doing a flex ramp, do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would work out. But no, so it's a 2024 4xe. It's got a AEV dual sport lift on it. Recently put 37s on it. I've got the full metal cloak undercloak underneath. I've got the Apex steering booster on there, Terraflex IR control arms, as well as the Terraflex steering. what else on there? And then the action shield up the side, which Dustin was talking about. So it's got a bunch of Easter eggs on it in general, but then there's also stuff related to my kids on the side. So my oldest is in the medical profession, which is where the stethoscope comes from. So I tie a lot of things.
Well, send her the video of Sylvia just to make sure everything looks all right.
There you go. There you go.
That's enough, sir.
Yeah. So, and I haven't been Jeeping long. Like, so April of last year, rented a Jeep up in Red River Gorge area, just to kind of try it out. And they take you out on a tour where you drive your own. The kids loved it. And so my one daughter was turning 16 and I says, my pilot's paid off. Instead of getting something for her, she can drive the pilot and I'll get a Jeep. And here we are. Talked to Sylvia and Thomas out at Cars in the Common that same year, and then
that was a mistake.
That purchased.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
Yeah, right.
I cost them some money.
Look at all that money you spent since that day.
Right. So yeah, I'm not going to say it. She'll watch later on, and I'll get in trouble. So
what sparked your interest in the off?
It was all free.
What sparked your interest in the off-road portion? Like, what made you decide to want to start? Was it the Red River Gorge thing, or?
Yeah, so Red River Gorge has always been a place that we go because it's not far from us. Like, it's easy to do a day trip to Red River. We liked hiking, being out in the woods, and all my kids. So I've got 4 kids. Had different interest levels in the outdoors, and I like the outdoors. So I was looking for something to do with the kids. So I'm divorced. And have been for 5 years now, something like that. Regardless, I'm always looking for activities to do with the kids because it's I like having the memories more so than the stuff. So things to do with that. So my youngest loves hiking and being out in the woods. The other ones don't necessarily like hiking as much. And so off-roading gets us out into the woods. And depending on the kind of ride that you do, you get out of the, Jeep and you walk. So like I've been on plenty of stock rides where it's like, oh, we're going to stop here and then go up to this overlook, or we're going to go into this cave, whatnot. So it kind of allows you to do the mix of that. Yeah. So that's kind of how I got there.
Do your kids actually like it for the most part?
They do. My oldest has not gone yet. She was supposed to go with me this upcoming weekend, but she's busy. But yeah, everybody else does like it. I had one little issue last year where my one got mad and started hiking off through the woods, and so she has not been back, and so I'm gotta get her back into that.
All right, hike with her back to the parking lot. I'm good at that too. So
what we do,
but, in the middle of the woods, just walking randomly in a straight line, I'm like, no.
She'll eventually find somewhere to go.
Right. So
what you do is you take her after a flash flood. That way it's too wet, so she just stays inside the Jeep.
Inside, yeah, exactly.
That keeps me inside the Jeep whenever the water's up to my knees.
So for sure. When it goes over your pink boots.
I know. Yeah. I tried to get in, and then I was like, oh nope, it's gonna fill up my boots. So you said
there's a snake in my boot.
Yeah, so you said you really like Red River Gorge. What are some of your other favorite parks and trails and such that you've done in your?
Yes, Red River I hit the most often, again, because I can make it a day trip, and I've done a lot of various rides out there with different groups. Because like we've talked, I don't really care who I go with as long as
we go. I don't really care.
Yeah, because I try to get out once a month. Is really, and I've been pretty good at getting out once a month in general. So. Stony was a great trip. S'more by far, I think, is the best park that I've been to thus far. Just the variety, and we had great accommodations too. So that kind of worked out because we didn't stay on property, but it was like 5 minutes away, and it was a cool little place that we stayed. It was a
silo, right?
Yeah. So it's where they used to. it wasn't where this place actually stored them, but it was like a granary basically. So where they would put all their grain in it. And they converted it into a Airbnb, and there were two of them right there. So, and then Amy, like, there was also a hot tub and a fireplace on the outside as well. So that worked
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
And
She
you're only
enjoyed.
like what, 2 miles down the road, if
Yeah.
that
Yeah. It was like within
much.
5 miles. And I was going to say, because when you go out of S'more, if you make the right, where the road kind of goes off to the right, there's a gravel road that goes straight. It was right back
Perfect.
there. So I didn't even have
Yeah.
to air back up. I was on the road for a tenth of a mile.
100 yards. Yeah.
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 So that was awesome there. So
Yeah.
yeah, but those are the big ones, because I've done a lot. I've obviously wheeled a lot with you guys, for sure. I am looking forward to when you do another wild horses, because I know my youngest will love that, because she loves horses. So that'll be right up her alley
And
for
because
sure.
you got Action Shield now.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So
We won't be going in the summer. I think it will be like
it,
September, October.
it
So
won't it won't
maybe
be
some of
as
the break.
overgrown as it was.
yeah. So yeah, for those of you, yeah. So I got my Jeep back in July of last year. 2 weeks later, I was out with Sylvia on the wild horses ride. She's like, "Oh, it's wide open. Still had paper tags, everything." We make a turn down some trail, and we're pushing through the brush. And so yeah, I got on the radio. I'm like, "Yeah, wide open."
I'm like, I am so sorry. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
I'll
That's
You're
what I
never
bought
I'll
it
driving.
for,
never
though.
I'll never
So, and it
forget
was
that.
fine. And it wasn't long after that. It wasn't long after that I got the Action Shield, because
I was gonna say, how else to get you to buy an Action Shield?
yeah. So, well, and I think a couple of weeks after that, I was on a ride up with another group in up Red River, and we were on Mountain Springs Road, and it was it was before I had the lift. It was after a storm, so the bathtubs, and
Oh
so the
yeah.
water was to the bottom of my door hinges, and I got stuck in there. So we're just sitting there, and the door seals all held fine. So it was right after that. I'm like, need a lift. And you had a couple of pinstripes from that. And so I fixed those, and then went on another ride, got some more pinstripes. I'm like, it doesn't bother me, but I don't like seeing them either. So I'm like, I'm just going to get the Action Shield and be done with it, or something like that. I mean, it's a good product, like I said, and it takes your eyes away from all the other stuff. And I like the fact that you can customize it. So
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
color of
for
your Jeep
sure.
is the reason why you can see them so well.
what was
Because if
that?
you
That's
have
how my
silver like
black is.
mine, yeah, because you have a darker color, you can
Yeah.
see the striping like silver. Until you
Yeah.
get like right up on it, you still really can't see the
Can't see it.
striping.
Yeah.
So
The
my
angle does
undercolor
well.
is white. Yeah,
Yeah.
my undercolor is white. So if
That's
it
just the
scratches,
primer.
well, that's what I'm saying, but it's white. So it shows up like really
Yeah.
bad against the
Oh yeah.
black.
Black shows everything.
hmm So
I have to
The
buy a
sharp
white
one's
Jeep next
clean.
time.
Yeah. So, but
I like my Jeep. But
no.
so what has been one of your most memorable or favorite trails or obstacles that you've done thus far?
Oh, it's got to be Horseshoe. It really, really does. Because that was just cool. And then popping up out of that there a lot. And then what'd you guys decide the trail was on that we came up off of Pee Wee, where
The
Thomas
horse
shot
trail?
that rock backwards?
Adventure Hill, I think.
Adventure Hill. So that was a good one, as well. And even in Red River, Little Widowmaker, because I haven't done big at this point in time. Little
Yeah.
is a lot of fun, kind of crawling through there, and it's
Yeah.
just different.
That's really
That's when
tight.
I
Yeah.
broke. I didn't even get to take you.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
so
Well,
sad.
that was my
Daniel had
second time doing Little. I did it the
oh,
other direction with a different group. And so that time so that was the first time I went up it, and then definitely didn't go Scotty's line to, I went through the cave.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Or
So,
my line where I bent the drive shaft.
right.
You're like all of that.
Yeah. And I
So
think I had a lot
going,
more fun at S'more too, because with the new tire, like, because my original tire, because when I first bought the Jeep, I didn't know what I was doing at all.
Right.
So I just went with all
We never
terrain.
do.
I had 35s, and like, oh, that'll get you through most everything, which is true.
Yeah.
But doing some of the stuff that we were doing, it was like it just wouldn't go. Is really wouldn't
Like the
always
mud pit in
go.
Hollywood.
Yeah. So for sure. So
I don't
now
think anybody was making it through that regardless. You could have had 40 stickies and you're still
yeah.
not making it through.
Yeah, I paved the way for everybody else, though. You know, because that just pushed all that
The
mud
mud.
Yeah. You were plowing the mud
straight
that
up
day.
and through. Yeah, no, I mean the new tires wouldn't have made a difference for that, but like it was. I was happy that the Mickey Thompson mud tires did as well as they did they exceeded my expectations. I knew it was going to be better. I didn't realize that they were going to be that much better. Like it was like,
Told you.
oh, that would have been a
Told
All
lot
you.
more.
right.
Yeah, because David has the same tires that I had,
Yeah.
with the all trains, and so and he's got other stuff going. I mean, it's not apples to apples since his is manual and his gearing is what it
Off.
is. Yeah,
It's off.
Yeah.
It's off.
It's
It's
off.
yeah,
non-existent.
A lot.
right. They make the wheels go
No
round.
power steering, all the things.
All the things. So he had power steering. He just overheated it. So
Yeah,
Well, no,
he was on the struggle
No,
bus.
it's gone.
oh, is it
The,
gone
No,
now?
it's
he
gone.
lost it about halfway home from S'more. He drove like
Oh,
half the
Completely.
way back to Kentucky with no power steering, and he was able to find some stuff, but he's still working on getting it all put in. So
all back together.
yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And you got the beadlocks too, right? So you were able to air down like quite a bit this time.
Yeah. So I was
I'm the
down
only
about
one not on beadlocks now. It's sad.
yeah,
Get that
so.
figured out.
You got
Figure it out.
you got other stuff to buy.
I know, and so I'm not buying them. It's fine. It's fine. So go the opposite.
I mean, you're gonna
What
have to buy them for your tons, so you'll
There's
have them
that.
then.
Dan,
Yeah.
what is the worst trail you've ever been on, or one that you wish the helicopter would have picked up your Jeep and taken you home?
Now, you already know the answer to that one. We didn't even get to finish that trail. So
2X is the worst
2X.
trail in the
Yeah, I mean, I'm waiting
history
to go back.
of trail.
And
You know,
we're
I think
never
I'll do
going
a lot
back.
better this time around. So, but I mean, we got over the first hill and that was it, and then we sat. Because Scotty went
So
up and
bad.
then he broke.
He broke.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a rough
Well,
trail.
and then uh the black Jeep also broke,
Mhm.
was breaking.
Yeah, they had power steering issues, and then so they called it early.
Mm-hmm. And I was
Yeah.
just
Well,
last like, this sucks. I don't even know why we're here.
not only that, like Scotty went up and he was able to make it under that giant tree that had fallen. So we went down the first big hill and then you go up a big hill. But
Yeah.
then the black Jeep was second in line and they couldn't get under the tree. But the
Yeah.
tree was like that giant one that you guys cut down.
Yeah.
But it was a lot wider section.
Yeah, because
And
Rachel's
so
husband had a chainsaw, I think.
he had a giant chainsaw, but it still took them an hour to get the tree out of the way while we were just sitting down there. And
Yeah.
then as soon as Scotty took off, snap. Like
Yeah.
U-joint broke.
Well, and Sylvia wouldn't have made it
Alright.
underneath that tree either.
No,
No, that's why I was like,
none of them. Not many people would. Scotty only did because he's in the YJ. It's a little shorter than the rest of them, and
Right.
yeah. And then so then it was another like 2 hours getting Scotty back out of the trail. And so at that point we had been there for what, 3.5, 4
All day.
hours, and
That's how it goes.
we went down the first hill in 2X, and that's all we had done.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a crazy hill though. That hill was nuts though.
Because
I
it
mean,
was
that
wet.
hill, and
Yes.
wasn't that like, didn't you say that you hit like a 30-degree? Are you the one that saw your degrees? I always forget to push the
Not
button.
that wasn't at Redbird. I had that at S'more where I was. I mean, I was.
It was this way. It was this way.
Yeah,
Whenever it was
it's
gonna bounce
the-
around that
it's the
tree.
right pitch.
Yeah.
When we did it,
That first
I
tree.
think that's it. I think I remember saying it was either like 36 or 38 degrees
It was
pitch.
something crazy that I'm
was a
like,
lot.
how much further is over?
Yeah. Because
We're close.
I was nervous because I got high center twice on the top because I didn't want to go flying over it because I knew what was on the other
Yeah.
side. So I said, like, don't have anybody because I'm not going to be able to stop until I get to the bottom. I mean, it was
Yeah.
sledding down the hill.
Yeah.
Yes, banging into trees.
Yeah.
But yeah, then there was no way I was going to make it up with my Minnie Mouse ears, which you guys, look at how weird she looks right now. My ears are gone.
Oh,
She looks so
Yeah.
good without your ears, though.
Oh, I hate it. So, yeah, I had to send it to the dealership again for my, what did I say it was?
The
My generator or
the
something.
generator, yeah.
But I was supposed to be for like the last 2 months redoing my ears, like lowering them a little bit, so that way maybe I won't get stuck on trees. So we figured we'd go ahead and pull it off, and while they have it there, we'll custom make some ear holders a little shorter and see how it works out. She looks weird though, but she's not here, so I don't have to stare at her looking like, who is that?
I mean, like David said, it looks different because that's not what you're used to looking at, but it still looks fine without them.
I don't know. I like my lights.
looks less weird than that
Yeah.
weird reflection picture you had the last time where it looked like the whole front end was gone.
Yeah.
When
Oh,
Dominic
discount
was
tire, yeah.
fixing my,
Okay.
yeah, when he was fixing that. So, yeah, so we talked about what you like and what you don't like. Where, all do you still like? What are some of your big, I have to do that trails?
So yeah, so like I like hitting the Badge of Honor trails. Obviously, that's something that I want to continue to do. Like I want to get out to AOAA and Roush.
That's a
Uh,
great place.
yeah,
AOAA. Roush is okay.
Roush is
Roush is
yeah. But if
good
you're
to
gonna go all
go
the way to
ahead and just
AOAA,
go
you might
do
as
it
well hit
one
Roush and
time.
hit the other
But
one.
Roush is expensive
Roush is expensive.
for a 1 day trip.
Yeah.
yeah, because you got to pay the membership fee on top of.
Which is
The
like $100.
annual membership fee, yeah, and then entry fee as well for the day. But
Gotcha.
I think it was like
Yeah.
$280
For both of
It
us.
was something stupid
for us to
expensive.
get
It was
in
It
for
was
the for
really
1 day.
not worth it.
No
I mean,
offense.
obviously, if you want the badges, you can obviously go and do them. Like you can
Yeah.
just paying for them
to
pretty
do
much.
it
But
to say you did it. I mean, it was worth going
yeah,
to do it, but
Yeah.
because the trails were good. It was marked very well. The facilities were good. They had a big picnic area, closed-in picnic
Mhm.
area that you could hang out at.
Nice.
Um, but the price for you only going one time out of the year,
Yeah.
it's a bit steep.
Yeah.
And there's some of their trails are gnarly too. Like gnarly. What was that one with the hornets? What was that called?
oh, that was the badge trail. It was
I know, but do you remember which one it was? Because that one was like really angry. That's where we
I
all
would
broke.
I would have to go look.
I'm pretty sure
Again,
that's where I
I
broke
can't
my
remember off the
steering
top of my head.
stabilizer first. I'm pretty sure
Right.
Thomas bent
The
his
first
there.
time.
John,
Thomas
yeah,
almost lost
Thomas.
his drone. It decided to go back to Kentucky.
it was either Crawdaddy or Crawler Ridge.
It was
I think it was
Crawdaddy.
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 Yeah,
Crawdaddy.
I don't even think that that's one now. Like, I think that it's not even. That's not even a badge trail anymore, is it?
I don't remember. I'd
Uh,
have to look.
no, they got rid of Trail 11 because we also got Trail 11 while we were
Hmm,
there.
Yeah.
But I
interesting.
don't
But
I don't
yeah,
think
it's
Yeah. But I'm hitting Windrock next month. I'm going with a different group, so I'll hit the Badge of Honors down there. So I'm looking forward to that too. So just based on
yeah.
S'more and Stony, I've got high expectations of Windrock. That's for sure. So
Oh
So
yeah, you'll like
that has
Windrock.
been some of the like best and worst things is once you've hit some of these like really nice parks, then you're kind of snobby to other parks. Like I'm this parks like this place sucks. Like where I don't know. Like we went to a place a couple of months ago and I was like, I don't know if I'd ever come back here like ever.
and that's kind of how
So
I feel
yeah,
about Redbird. You know what I mean? Like it was
I
okay,
know.
yeah.
It's
but
okay,
like,
but when I can just go a little bit further that way or that way, and I'd rather do that. Yeah.
yeah,
Um, well, that's what even we were talking about. Like Alabama was 5 or 6 hours, and then S'more was like 7.
Seven.
Um, so you just
A
got to
little
kind
over
of think
seven.
like, do we want to? There was someone else that we had talked about. But you're like, would I rather just drive an extra mile or hour or two and then like hit one of these like really amazing parks? Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
once you hit like AOAA, S'more, Stony Lonesome. Some of these parks you're like, oh, you're so cute.
Right.
But
Oh, bless your little heart.
yeah, bless your little hearts. Yeah, like when people are like, oh, and good for them. But I do feel like as you start to kind of get some of these better, more technical, harder parks that are incredibly well maintained, I mean, it kind of makes you just want for more. And then yeah, like you kind of become like a little snob. Like
Like when we
everyone
went to
loves
Badlands.
yeah, well, that's I was trying not to say their name, Thomas.
No, it's fine.
Yeah,
No,
I don't
it's a
I
nice little
don't love
park, but it's more of your side by side quad
Yeah.
well, and
motorcycle
people had made
than a
it
Jeep
like it was
park.
a really hard park, and it'd been 25 years since we'd been on a four wheeler. But now we've been to hard parks, so that's not even Interlake. People love Interlake. I could literally never go to Interlake ever again in my entire life and be completely fine.
Well,
Well, I
that's
think it
so.
depends on what you're looking for. Like this
Yeah.
weekend, I'm doing pretty much a stock ride, and that's a nice break
Interlake's
from
a
the
great
hard
good
stuff.
beginner stock ride
Yeah.
park.
Yeah, because I mean,
Yeah.
it's a good day in the woods.
That's
You can,
full of mud. Like I
But it
used to like
does
it because
have
I
its
liked mud, but
technical,
I don't like the mud. It's just too
there are
muddy.
technical spots there.
Blue
There's some
Holler, I'm
pretty
kind of over
technical.
that one. Kind of over Blue Holler. It's so muddy.
Well, those are
You
our
can't even
close
get on the parking
parks, so
lot.
we do
I
them majority of
understand.
the time. So
We're
yeah,
gonna continue to do them.
yeah.
We're
yeah,
going to, but they don't
but they
mean
are
that I'm
definitely a
like
mud fest for
excited to
sure.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, and like, but again, I think it just kind of depends because like they've expanded out the DVD to where they've got a lot more of the forest roads, so it's not necessary. Yes, there's mud, there's no doubt about it, but it doesn't necessarily have to be all up in there. It's just
Well, Daniel Boone is way different than Interlake. I feel like Interlake is just one muddy mess
I've
the
never been in
whole
there. Like
time.
I thought you guys were still
You've
talking Red
never
Road.
been? Oh no no no
No.
no no! I like Daniel Boone and Hollywood and all that. No, if
Yeah.
you think that Daniel Boone is muddy, you need to make a trip there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, okay, so you have to remember the last
or
two
even
times
Blue
I was in
Holler.
Hollywood,
Yeah.
it was
Blue
like
Holler's
end
a
of
freaking mud fest
January,
too.
And
and
if
so
it
it
rains,
was.
you're barely getting out of the parking lot at Blue Holler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
So
Yes, last two times I was in Hollywood, it was a med fest, but it rained a lot, so it is what it is. Like you
yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
kind of
So
have
at
to.
least Hollerwood at least has the gravel parking lot.
Yeah.
Blue Holler is a mud parking lot that sometimes you have to sometimes get winched out of their parking lot. Like it's not a joke.
So you would need me to help you out with Goldilocks
Yes,
there?
I would need you to reset me
Well,
every
no,
time.
the last time we were there, some lady we were leaving, and some lady in a big Class A RV came up and was like, "We're stuck. Can you pull us out with your winch?" It's like, dude, you weigh like 30,000 pounds. What are we gonna like? No, we can't.
But
Like
we were
what are we
leaving to
supposed
go to
to
the
do?
trail, yeah, and when we came back, they were gone. So obviously they got out. But I mean, I had to pull. Was it Danny or Ben? I always forget which is the dad's name. But we had to pull him out. He had his truck and trailer stuck. We just got. We hadn't even he hadn't even unloaded yet, and he was already stuck.
He was
It's
we were
that
pulling
bad.
in, and yeah, he was pulling he had like a Dodge Ram, and his TJ was on the trailer, and he made it about halfway through, and then couldn't get any further. So we had to winch him
So
and
we had to
pull him
unload.
into a spot to yeah, he had to unload his Jeep so we could pull him out of the thing. That's just in the parking lot. Like, that was 2 hours before he even got going.
Yeah, I mean it's
I
like
hadn't even
bad.
aired down yet.
Right.
So bad. So yeah, now I'm just kind of over mud again because I've been to all these like really nice kind of rock parks that I definitely prefer.
Yeah. Well, and I like S'more, for example, like they have to like run that through the trails,
Oh
the
yeah.
gravel and
I
whatnot.
know. No, Dustin was like, no, I mean, I think it's just, like here. Are you joking me right now? He was not
The
thinking.
amount of
He couldn't
rain
have,
that we had over that
like,
weekend
he couldn't have
versus
been
the
thinking.
amount of no mud we had on our Jeeps compared to
Mm-hmm.
a half a day of rain and 3 days down in Daniel Boone.
I
So
used to
No,
what would have
always,
happened? What would have happened if we were at Blue Holler and got that same amount of rain?
we would
We
live
would have
there. We
not.
would
we would
still be
never get
there.
out of the parking lot.
We would still be there. I would have lost all my mirrors, all of my taillights. and I would still
That's not
live
really
there
saying
because
much, though, Sylvia.
It'd
That's
still be
like
in the
any
I was
parking
gonna
lot.
driveway.
say, yeah, that
It'd
doesn't take
still
a
be.
whole lot.
yeah. Oh my gosh, that stinks. But I used to always make fun of Patrick, acting like he was like just a weenie about the mud. And now, oh, where'd you go, Dustin?
I don't know.
But now I'm
He
like,
lost his
okay,
video.
I totally get that. You have to add yourself back in, honey.
The cleanup can be rough. That's for sure. Just getting it all out, and because I found that it's easier just getting it out right away.
Well,
So we
see, and I
can go
never have
down a
time
river
for
again and
Right.
don't
that.
lose a fender.
Well, when we were at Hollywood that last time, when we went to Little Widowmaker, I sat in the creek for a while. We were waiting for a
And
group
I'm
to
back.
come out of there, so I just sat in the creek and I just kind of went back and forth a little
Welcome
bit
back,
just to
Dustin.
kind of help. Like,
Yeah.
there you go.
That was what was so nice about Pee Wee Crossing. I mean, about the 3 feet of water is that my underneath has never been as clean after a ride as it was that day.
That day, yeah.
Speaking of Pee Wee Crossing, Stacy, we looked at the video she was recording on her phone as we were going through, and then
Well, I
Steve,
was showing
Steve, the video,
Steve and
Benji.
Benji, and Steve goes, "Well, there goes the fender," and I was like,
What?
"Oh, there it goes!" Steve saw it right away.
I
I
died laughing when you
immediately, just as
showed
we were
the
coming up out of the water, it goes floating by exactly
So
where I
my
said
Yeah.
fender
he
is on
lost
Pee
it.
Wee's Crossing somewhere down the
somewhere.
road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then you're like, I can't believe none of y'all seen it, but it was ahead of you, so
Yeah. As
like
we,
it was outrunning you.
but it was as we were exiting, it popped up out of the water.
Mm,
That's
Yeah.
why we didn't see it because we were
gotcha.
Yeah.
exiting and it popped up. Yeah.
Funny.
It's out there somewhere. Maybe next time.
Yeah.
Next time we go back.
I'm going to
So, but
find that fender.
You
we
should
should
call
just find one.
Did anybody turn in a fender yet? I lost
Hey,
one.
they have the s'more page. You could just like, hey, anybody seen one of these? I know it's kind of
Anybody
crazy,
seen
but yeah,
a
it's probably like
gladiator
up in a
fender that's been
tree.
gutted with carbon
Yeah,
wrap on it?
probably up on the bank somewhere. But
So,
so also talking about like bucket list trails, you also want to go out west, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I was gonna say I'm with you guys on the 2027 if I'm still
Yeah.
if I haven't pissed you guys off enough yet, that's for sure.
We're usually not easily pissed off, so I
No,
think
you
you're
guys are
fine.
easy.
Dan,
I
that's
just,
not
yeah.
possible.
Right.
No,
Well,
We're pretty.
wait a minute,
David,
wait a
I mean, if you haven't
minute.
pissed us
It
off yet,
is
then you're good.
possible. It is possible.
I mean, it's possible, but you have to be pretty
It has
fast.
been done before, but you're nowhere close.
I mean,
You're
if you
good.
send me my $10, we're gonna be good. So
Yeah.
it's fine.
let it rain one.
remember when we were out at Redbird and you popped the bead off my tire? Just
I do
asking.
remember. I do
Yeah.
remember. I also remember whenever the tree tried to kill you.
Yeah.
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 That was
We
not
should
our
have
trip,
Funny.
though. That
I
was
got that
Yeah.
on
Brian.
video. At
No,
least
that's
Yeah, that was-
Brian's
back.
fault.
That is Brian's fault.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he shouldn't have
Really,
stopped,
Brian.
but he did.
I don't know if you noticed, I wasn't behind Brian at all when we were in the store.
Yeah. Not
Just saying.
not a single tree fell all weekend.
Not
Craziest
that we
thing.
saw anyway.
Right?
We did have to cut a tree up
We did.
We
because it
did.
was blocking the trail. That took a
Yeah.
minute.
That was on what, Cougar Crossing, or that was day one.
That was day one.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
on Friday. I was traveling that day.
Oh, just the three of us. Us and Thomas and Scotty.
They
Scotty,
did
yeah.
not have to. Well, that was the big tree, but they did cut another tree. They did not have to cut. Let me just rephrase that.
I don't remember that one. I was like, why didn't we just drive over that one?
What tree was that, Thomas?
Oh, it was the one at the in the creek. It was at Pee Wee Crossing. Right before the drop off. Yeah.
So Scotty actually, whenever he saw the picture, he's like, I'm so glad we cut down that tree because it's just a better.
Exactly. He cut it down for a picture.
It was dead. It's okay. It was like this big, and they had us like, it was it Thomas, Scotty, me? I think, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was on kind of like that waterfall area, And the way I pulled up, like the only way I would fit, there was a
Well,
tree
it
like
was really because Scotty pulled up with like 4 feet in between him and Thomas, and then they're
Scotty
like,
fits in
"Why
the
didn't you
tree.
just scoot over?" And then it's like,
They cut down a tree instead.
yeah,
So then they're
like
like,
we
instead of
like
just
no, we get
moving,
to use the
let's cut
chainsaw.
down this stuff. And then, you know what, Dan, that whole time, you saw how much trees there was. No one would help me pick up any for the fire. So I had to pay for firewood. Isn't that crazy?
You're kidding.
What? I
No
know.
one
I'm
had
like,
a
look at
purse to
all
put
these
it in.
trees. I know.
Had
Thomas
nowhere
was
to
not
put it,
going to
and
put
it
it
was
in his purse.
all wet. It was all wet wood, so it wouldn't have burned that well anyway.
Yeah, that smoke would have
No,
just
if any
followed
firewood
Dominic
we
around.
were should have collected was the tree that we cut up that was down the middle of the road
Yes,
I know that one was a
on the
really good
trail.
one.
yeah, that should have
That
been
was
That one
that
was a
was
collected.
a
good
pretty
one.
big, that was a pretty thick tree. We were there
Next time
for
we're
a
gonna
good
have
30
to
minutes or more cutting it up.
the last trail we're on next time. The last trail every
Well,
day.
we could have put it in the YJ and then just had Dominic ride back with
Yeah.
you.
It's funny how you said all that wood was wet. Meanwhile, it rained like 12 inches that first night. So you were worried about the wet wood.
It was wet.
The wood, I was literally picking up wood of the wood pile that as it was raining. So I'm buying wood that's being rained on.
Yeah,
It's
but
fine.
that's not.
I know it's not the same.
Whenever
You
you
can
cut a
ride
tree,
out wood that's wet.
down and you lay it sit there, then the wood dries out before it burns. Like there's still moisture inside of that tree because
Well, the one tree was dead. The one for the picture. So that should have been a little dry.
it's fine.
Anyway, so going out west. So I know you want to do like Moab with us. Is there any other uh trails or anything out there that you
Like what trails do you want to do in Moab?
yeah,
Yeah,
that
so that's where I'm at a loss. So definitely, obviously, the badge of honor ones for sure. But I
which
don't
ones
know
are the
a lot of
badge
the
of
other ones.
honor ones? I don't even know. I don't even know which ones are badge of honor.
Hell's Gate.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, that one. Let's do that one.
There's like 6 of them, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say
There's a
there's a
bunch out
bunch
there.
out there. Yeah, to me the big
Well,
question
that's
is
all of
whether
them.
to,
That's all we're doing.
right. Yeah, the big question is whether to transport the Jeep out or to drive it. Because I also want to hit all the national parks in general, not just on that trip. Like I'm doing a trip coming up, just hitting a bunch on the East Coast with my
Why
oldest,
don't you ship it out and then drive it back through all those, or
and that
vice versa?
and that's a possibility too. But I don't even know if that's cost effective, right? Because buying a one-way plane ticket
Yeah.
is more
Well,
expensive than a round trip.
why don't you drive it out because you may have to ship it back.
No, that's a better answer right there.
I mean,
Where
just saying. Just saying.
no,
I thought Thomas anymore had spare parts for everybody for everything
I
that might
know.
break. I mean, with
He's
S'more, there
like,
was what, 2 drive shafts, a couple of axles, no
we're
Yep.
not
fenders,
taking
but
a spare vehicle with extra parts next
right.
time.
We had a Kia that we could have, taken apart if we needed to. So,
Thomas, you're gonna also need to buy a spare 4xe battery.
or by yeah, if you can get a battery, that'd be
Yeah.
awesome,
I'll see what I can try and do. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but yeah.
right?
Well, you can put
and
it.
that
You can
magic.
listen. You can put it
We're
in the
not going
bed.
to continue taking the backpack with us.
You can put it in the. You can put it.
Backpack is shut down.
You can put it in the
Hold on a
bed,
second. Let me look at my bag.
and then you can use it on your way out there to save on fuel mileage.
There you go. 20
You can
miles.
just put it. You guys can just buy a little baby camper and you can stick all the stuff in there. Then you don't need to bring the Kia.
It's going to be too heavy.
It's not going to fit in the camper.
That's probably true too.
There you go. There you
You
go.
guys can
Bye,
buy,
Dan.
Backpack shut
I'll buy
down.
like a
Doors
3,500-pound
gone.
camper, and then put like a 2,000-pound each battery in
Sword.
there.
So Dan, we have been trying. That's the thing that we've kind of been thinking is, I said, how much gas did you say it would take to get out there in just my Jeep? Well, I mean, you won't have to
Oh,
have that
I have
much.
no idea.
I thought you calculated it that it was like
To
12 or
Moab?
$1,500 to try to figure out how much different it would be to drive it out there versus ship it.
Mm.
But yeah, we're
How
at
many
the
miles
same.
is it?
I don't know, but we are definitely 99.9% unless something else happens. We're going to haul her out there. We just don't know what we're going to be hauling her with or on what.
It's 1,475 miles from my house to Moab.
I got 1,478 miles from my house to Moab.
And how many miles do you get on
But that's
taking
going
your
like downtown kind of thing.
I
Maybe.
get,
Let's just
depending
call
because
it
it's going to be hilly.
13.
What is it?
Let's just call it 13.
It'd be easier if you
So
called it 14, just because 1,400 divided by
1475,
14
might
is
as well just make
100.
it 15.
I know, but I was at 1478, so I'll call it 14. So that's 100 and
Yeah,
hang on.
round up. Because
Huh?
you're gonna have to come
I mean,
off.
100, it'd be 100 gallons of gas for me. I guess.
105 gallons of gas.
Yeah.
You got a 20.
105
No,
gallons.
yeah, and you got
Times
a.
three.
Times 3. Yeah, because you don't know what it's going to be across the.
Oh, it's gonna go up.
It'd probably be four and
So
some, yeah.
that's $315.
I would do it $4 a gallon, so that's 420.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, and then just round up, so $500 in gas going one way.
So
Yeah,
a
so
thousand
That's
bucks
still
round trip. A
cheaper
That,
than
thousand
yeah,
bucks of
hauling
fuel
it.
round trip.
1,000
Yeah.
round trip. Yeah,
That's still cheaper than hauling it one way.
For
As long as you
paying
don't
to
put
have someone, paying someone to haul it, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, like us, it would be the same price because my gas mileage is pretty much the same as it would be for something else to pull me because I don't get that great a gas mileage. So it'd
Oh, I
probably be
definitely
smarter.
don't. Not right now.
Well,
Yeah. So 100%, I would rather be
but then you
hauled
also
and not
got
have to buy new tires.
3,000. Then you also got 3,000 miles on your mud tires.
right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I also don't want to have to buy new tires when I get out there and get an oil change.
You're gonna have to have new tires before you go out there anyway.
Well, that's 2 years from now.
Oh, well, that's in 2 years, so we will all have
We'll
new
all
tires
need
by
new
then.
tires. Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe not Dan, but probably.
probably. Yeah, although I'm swapping back and forth. I heard out there though, you're better off not on mud tires.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're better off like the thinner they are. I think
Ooh, so mine will be perfect.
Probably.
essentially.
So.
They're like, Sylvia, you need new tires. I'm like, no way. I'm trying to make them, slick.
Moab ready.
Yeah. You
We
want
get
the
Moab ready.
racing slicks for Moab.
That
Yeah.
might be
Yeah, I
the
want
thing
to
to do. Put
do.
on smaller tires to where you get better gas mileage. Ship tires out to wherever you're going, and then swap them out whenever you get there.
Mm. We can put like
Or we just throw them all in the back
those
of the car.
factory 31s that we hauled Sylvia's Jeep down to Pennsylvania with.
Oof.
She looks really cool.
She could drive to Moab on those.
That would be worth watching. I'm just saying. That would be
Dude,
I
worth
feel
the
like I would
$10
tip
admission.
over.
You
I
should
feel
have
like I
seen
would
the
tip over.
people looking at it on the trailer when it had the little tires on it. They were like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
People were just staring at, like, we'd be driving through the parking lot of the gas station, and there's like,
It was slightly embarrassing. I'm like, I have bigger tires. They're underneath it. Look at the
A
bigger
little
tires.
sign in the window.
two of
My
them were
other
right
tires
in
are
front of the
police.
front bumper, so I should have been able to see them, but it's fine.
Oh
Oh,
my
that's
goodness.
funny. Yeah. Stacey, why can't I think of the one that I want to do? The cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cliffhanger was one of them, yeah.
That one looks. Is that a badge trail?
That's a one way in, one way
No,
out.
I
No,
don't think
it's
so.
not.
No.
Yeah. So I know I wanted to. There's a whole bunch.
There's only a
definitely.
couple of badge trails out that way. It just depends on what part where you're going exactly.
Does
And
the
were you guys
Rubicon
going to push
Trail? Is
on?
that
That's a badge trail, I believe.
What'd you say, Dan?
Rubicon is?
Were you guys going to push on from Moab to hit the Rubicon because you're all the way there almost?
I think we're actually probably going to do Rubicon before we hit Moab.
Trying to figure
That's
it
brave.
out.
We're trying to figure all this out as we go. So we'll have
Nothing's
different.
set in stone.
We'll probably have different. Once we get closer, we'll probably have different dates for different things. So if you wanted to do just Rubicon, you could meet us because we have people in California. You could just do these days, or if you just want to do Moab or group just want to do Moab, then you could meet different days than that. Or if you're ding dongs like us and
Yeah.
you want to do everything, then you take 2 weeks off work and make it work.
Well,
Yeah. Well,
I mean, if you make $500,000 like Thomas, you
Wait,
can do
It's
such
nine. It's
he got a
975.
demotion.
oh yeah.
975.
Apparently, I've been getting
Yeah,
promotions and
nine
pay
hundred seventy-five
raises
thousand.
over the last like 3 days.
Yeah, he gets a raise like every 3 days at his job.
Yeah.
So
There you go. It's a good
Why
way
I'm
to
still
get it.
working is
Yeah.
beyond me.
I
Because
don't
you
know either. I
enjoy
think
it, Stacy. That's
Yeah, no.
he's basically, raking in $1 million a year at this point. Probably more now since it's been a few more days since we talked to him.
Bonuses.
This is the last.
Yeah.
This is the last pay
It
raise.
just doesn't look that because he buys Jeep parts.
That's right.
Yeah, his 50 weeks of vacation,
Well, paid.
paid vacation.
50 weeks of pay. Well, theoretically, technically,
You're like, kind of was.
Yeah, like kind of.
kind of, but nowhere near that.
I mean, technically, you get 52 weeks of paid vacation now, and you have a full-time job. So,
well, I do get paid monthly, and I don't have to work at all.
Yeah, so that is paid vacation. Yeah.
that's
That's
paid
called
vacation.
military retirement.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say, you earned that. I
Yeah,
was
so
gonna
paid
say,
vacation. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
vacation
Are you
from
gonna-
the military.
Yeah. Are you going to do
Permanently.
Rubicon too? Or
Not permanently, because you went back.
Dan, are you going to try to do Rubicon too?
I'd be interested in it. It's going to really come down to the amount of time is
Yeah.
because I mean, you're looking at a month, right? To do
No,
all
2
that.
weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, but you got to get out there. You got to do the ride, and then you got to get back.
I think we're thinking eight of those days, or 7 or 8 of those days will all be travel, but 7 should be enough to do.
It'll be, yeah, basically like travel / repair or maintenance.
Yeah.
And I think what
Me and
Rubicon
Thomas
was
can
only
make it
2 hours
2 days.
for Moab.
Yeah. And so I got
If
to
we have a
see.
motorhome, we could make it in 2 days.
Yeah, and I work remote, so I can work anywhere. So I could
Mhm.
even
Less than 2.
go out and work, do the route,
Yeah.
and even come back when I'm coming back, like if I'm hitting national parks, this, that, and the other thing kind of, I don't know. The other half of it is kids, right? Because I'm week
Yeah.
on, week off with them.
Yeah.
That's a bigger challenge.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we've got a great relationship from that perspective, but that's a big ask. And I don't know that I want to be away
Yeah.
from the younger ones that long.
Well,
Yeah.
let's
Take 'em
just
with you.
have her fly him out for your week.
There you
Ooh,
go.
that's a good idea.
Have a 12-year-old on a plane by herself. That sounds like a plan that might go
They
walking
have chaperones.
on her own.
Yeah.
They have chaperones.
Is she the angry one that just
Sometimes,
walk-
yeah.
like-
Yeah.
she'll be walking.
That'll be a
Somehow
long
she'll be
walk
in
home.
Washington.
Right. There you go. Well, it depends. I mean, if it's during the school year, that's different too. You know what I mean? That would be
It's August. It
That's
is
sweet.
August.
August. It depends on in August. Yeah.
It would definitely interfere with school because they where I'm at, they start mid-August right now. So it
This
doesn't
is
matter
the
how you
first
cut
of
it.
August.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this will be like the first 2 weeks of August.
Yeah.
It'll be
Highly likely it would interfere with the start of school.
yeah.
So, but that's beside the point. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm interested. It's going to come down to the nitty gritty, right?
Yeah. Down
Yeah.
to the logistics of it.
Yeah.
What you do is you start like doing extra cool stuff with them and take like 2 weekends in a row. And then they'll be so tired of you that they'll be like, Dad, we can skip 1 week. I'll see you in 3 weeks. Love you. Bye.
Is this it's like, okay, I'm going to take a nap now. And when I wake up, we're going to clean the whole house. And so they just, you know what I mean? So,
They don't say a word. You get a full night's sleep.
right.
Oh, it's funny.
Well,
Did
I mean,
you-
it is 2 years from now, so there's no telling how much money Thomas is going to be making by then.
I heard
Yeah,
Thomas is going to bankroll the whole thing. By the
I
time,
was gonna say,
by the
like,
time we
he
get
might
there,
be
he's going to
making
be making
6-7
millions.
million a year, and he'll just be like, all right, I'm just flying everybody out. I'll buy y'all new Jeeps when we get there.
That's
You
what I
don't
was
even
just going to
bring
say.
yours.
We're not going to bring
Yeah.
our Jeeps. We're just going to get new ones.
Yeah,
Everybody has a
Uh,
Jeep waiting on the
I was
Rubicon
gonna
Trail.
say, yeah. We've all got
Already,
a
Oh my gosh,
already
that'd be
put
brand
amazing.
together,
new Jeep,
ready to go.
coilovers,
All of them with
43s.
392s,
Yeah.
Yeah,
four and a
Thomas,
half
I'm gonna need
HP
you to start playing
coilovers.
the lottery a little faster. Oh my gosh, that's so
I will be sitting somewhere else on a beach while all you motherfuckers are sitting there.
Whoa! Now I'm gonna have to bleep that
Oh,
out.
poor.
You ain't got to delete nothing out.
I know. Why do we still do that? No one cares.
I didn't even delete Dustin's, and I
Yeah,
missed
you
it
did. I
last week.
noticed.
Yeah, just leave it. It's fine. I'm listening to this new podcast and it's called Crime and Cocktails. They are they are mouthy. Like they're so mouthy and they haven't got canceled yet and they have a lot of followers actually. So I'm like, I'm pretty sure we could say the F bomb occasionally because they say it like a lot, a lot.
Well,
Oh.
for the 15 viewers, they probably all heard it before, so it's fine.
Right. And there's what, 5 of us are those. So
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, 5 of us.
5 of the listeners are here.
There's a third of the viewers here.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. All right, do you guys have any other questions for Dan? I'm trying to think. I feel like we've been on here for a minute though.
I don't know, Dan, did you get your badges?
I got notification that they should be showing up tomorrow or Wednesday.
We got guardrail, but we didn't get the other one.
I got both of them.
There
Nice.
you go.
He got in trouble when they got here. Just saying.
Why?
Why?
Stacey's like, "What did you order this time?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? I didn't order anything."
You should just
She's
be
like, "Well,
happy
you
you
That's
gave
your
it
checked
a
name on it?
little
something."
envelope.
And then I saw the name and I was like, "Oh, it's my badges."
Okay. So that was Dustin today. We get home. Where did we go? Just me and you a little bit ago. Did we go somewhere?
Hmm.
I don't know. I
I
get.
didn't go
Oh no,
anywhere.
he no. But you walked outside and there was a big box on the front. You're like, what did you order now? I didn't order it. He's like, it has your name on it. Everything from Amazon has my. Savannah had ordered a table. He chewed me out like I ordered something.
There you go. What do you guys do with your badges? Because I don't put them on the Jeep. I'm trying to figure out what to do with them.
Yeah, so I made these really cool. Do you have them, Dustin? I 3D printed these really cool holders that you can kind of stick together and hang on the wall.
I got
So
mine in a little fish bowl, little
yeah,
plastic bowl.
so whenever I go back to doing like I guess shows or
I don't know if
whatever,
that's showing up or not.
if I'll
Yeah, it's
remember,
showing
I'm
up,
gonna
Dustin.
bring them, but I forget. But yeah, I think that eventually I might put them up in like how Thomas has his little area. I'm downstairs right now, but upstairs in my podcast area, I may even hang them on the wall in there.
Yeah, I
But
got to
no,
figure out how I'm gonna hang mine up.
yeah, I thought about wearing them like as a necklace, but it's heavy.
Yeah, that'd be
But
something.
I don't want them on my Jeep, but I feel like people also, at least like wheelers, sometimes look for them and they just assume that maybe you don't wheel much if you don't have them on your Jeep.
I figured you can look at that.
You can look at my dents and my scratches and my mud and make your
Right.
decision on
Well,
whether
and
or
I
not.
was gonna say with my action shield, I'm like, I don't want it. Like, I like the design that I
You have
got.
to, yeah, you
Yeah,
have to
you'd have
cut
to
them
cut them
all
out.
out. So
Yeah.
And I don't want to put them on the window, and then they're hard to get off. I had thought again about like hanging them from a rearview mirror. Again, that's incredibly heavy. So I just am like, I'm not bringing them with me. It's fine. If anybody wants to know, I can pull up my app and they can scroll
Right.
and see how many I have.
I also thought
I got
maybe
a
we
lot.
could do something on like the tailgate on the inside where your little table is.
Yeah.
It just
Oh,
goes
yeah.
on the inside of the table, and then you could mount all of them like on there. But there's
I've
not that
seen
much,
some people put
not that much
them
room.
on their tops on the inside. There's a couple of wheelers that have done that.
Yeah. See, I got the SOT.
Yeah, if
so
you have
that
the hard top, but if you have
Yeah.
the soft top, you
Top.
really can't do that.
So
Yeah.
What was the other badge, there, Thomas?
Pee Wee Crossing.
Kiwi Crossing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. Did yours come in one package or was it two separate
It
packages?
came in two.
two.
Mine says that it's ordered, but it has not said anything about it shipping. So
Yeah. I don't know why. The one showed up. I was expecting to see both of them because they usually all come at the same time, but
I actually
Yeah,
have
mine showed
some
up both at
from,
the same time.
yeah, I still have some that haven't came yet. So maybe I need to message them or
Well,
something.
you know why I got mine before all of y'all did for Pee Wee's Crossing? Because my fender's still out there somewhere.
Still out there.
yeah, it felt bad.
It confiscated it.
Kind of
Made
hoping
it.
they'd send my fender back with the tag on it.
I'll trade you a
Yeah,
badge for a fender.
I still haven't got my switch back to Who's Your Daddy from Alabama either, I don't
Oh
think.
yeah.
I think I
Yeah, I
got
got
all
those.
And I don't have 404.
I got
What's
that one already.
404?
my Pee-wees.
I'm not really sure.
What was 404?
That's
Actually,
Stony.
never mind. That's not even mine.
I got my
404, I think
404.
it's out at Redbird.
Did I get?
I got my
Oh, my Fern
404.
Ridge is still back ordered from last July. You did get four. Okay, the 404 is. I can't. Hold
I
on.
got my
I don't have my glasses
404.
on.
Yeah, we have 404. That's right here.
Oh, it's over
And I
there.
got
Oh, it says I don't have it.
and I got Who's Your Daddy?
Do I have Who's Your Daddy? The switchback. See, mine's all messed up because it says those are all requested, not delivered. Do I have
I
Fern
got
Ridge?
Crawdaddy.
Do you have Fern Ridge?
We
It
have
says it's
Fern
back.
Ridge.
It says it's
I
back.
got Crawler Ridge. Trail
Crawdaddy.
We
11.
do have switchback to Who's Your Daddy here.
Yeah, it says that it's just requested.
Yeah, mine says it, but I know I have it upstairs, the 404.
We got
That's
Trail
that's
11.
How many do we have over there, Dustin? Like in person? Like how many do we have?
Uh,
Yeah, I got my
there's
Fern Ridge.
6, 12, 17.
I got Fern Ridge.
Okay. That's
Barney
weird.
Rock. Panther Rock.
I didn't realize. Did you know this, Dan? Is that you can check into them every time that you're there.
Yep.
You just don't get a request to get. I didn't know there
No.
was like a points thing.
Yeah.
So
Hey, give me my
well,
blanket.
that's good to know. So I should have at least got points for having to go to 2X again.
Yeah, doing that again. Yeah. Well, and even you guys did Pee Wee a couple of times, right?
Like, yeah, we did it.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about on the way home. I was
We did
like,
it 3 times, I think. Yeah,
Well,
yes, we did it the very first day too,
we
because
did it every day. Yeah.
I do enjoy with the 4xe, speaking of being on trails, when we pull up and then people realize that it's 4xe and they're like, oh, yeah, it'll go.
I know.
It'll be fine.
So we have one other set of friends who wheels a 4xe.
I got Tail of the Dragon one.
Andrew. Oh,
that's not a real one though.
It is from Tail of the Dragon.
but we always like theirs because it's so quiet too. So sometimes I'm like, Andrew, are you on? But yeah, so yeah, I think it's kind of fun with the 4XCs.
Yeah.
Don't they have a 4XC Gladiator? I wonder if any of
They're
those want to
supposed
come.
to be coming out when it's not out yet.
They don't yet.
It's not out yet.
And it
So.
may not come out. There's rumor, but it may not come out.
Yeah.
Oh, do
Right
we have
now, the
anything
only
coming up?
motor's the 3.6, nothing else for now.
Do we have anything coming up this coming week or two? I guess if I get my Jeep back and we make it to Zach's thing, that's the 21st.
Yeah, that one's up in the air, which is the 21st next week,
Yeah.
next weekend.
Yeah.
We're still trying to figure out if we're actually going to do that one or not. We would like to, but
I
I don't
really
know if
want to, but yeah, I don't know if we'll be able to now.
unfortunately, we may not make it.
It's like what, a 4-hour drive there?
Yeah,
3.5, I think. Or yeah.
it's 4 hours for me and Stacy.
Yeah.
The only thing that stinks too is that they don't have really any accommodations close, and then the campgrounds are primitive only, so we wouldn't have power or water, or
Yeah,
they don't have like a
food box.
bathhouse or nothing. Yeah,
No.
I'm not interested in that. If we had a motorhome, we would be self-contained, which would be a little different, but we're not, so I don't want to do that much.
So
So if we
Thursday
went, it
the
would definitely be.
19th, we have the Voodoo meets at the Ride to Ride Out breast cancer gambling facility, which is supposed to be
Oh, where's that? What's that?
that's in Louisville on Preston Highway. He's feeding us and everything. It's on the 19th.
And we're gonna gamble?
Mm-hmm. He's going to be doing 50. He's going to be feeding us hamburgers and hot dogs for free. He's going to be doing a 50-50 raffle and giving it back to the club. All proceeds. Yeah, and it's a gambling facility.
All right. Who is it? Or
It
what's the
is
place called?
it's called Ride to Ride Out Breast Cancer.
Okay.
So, yep, it's a
Let's make sure.
charitable. It's a non-profit basically gambling facility.
Where is it at?
Preston, she said.
Preston Highway? Oh,
Preston, hold on, I'll give you the address.
I wonder if it's in Highview or if it's like the other side of
Old
Preston.
Preston Highway.
Okay, so that's more like Bullitt County.
79 Old Preston Highway.
yeah.
Okay. That sounds fun.
Oh, I know there's a lot of people that go to it
Okay, so
on a weekly basis.
this may fund our Moab trip, guys. So no whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
Stop.
So, have y'all ever seen
Spend $7 million here. We need $7 million.
y'all ever seen Vegas Vacation, where
Yes.
he keeps losing all the money, and then he takes Eddie to that one casino, and he's like, "These are my games," but like, like which hand's like the quarter under or whatever, like. That may be more what it's. I don't know. I'm not trying to badmouth the place. I was just making jokes.
I'm sure it'll be
It's
fun.
I'll edit that part out.
Why? It's funny. You're so silly.
Because why not?
Because you just love editing. So
I do.
to keep adding things to edit, you're dumb.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Actually, I
anything
forgot to hit
else?
record, so
Nice.
we're gonna have to re-record all of this. I hope you remember what we said.
So, funny quick story is I did a podcast with Total Off-Road Podcast like this time last year or so.
Mm-hmm.
And what's really funny is that actually did happen too.
Yeah.
For some reason they had a glitch and he was kind of panting. He's like, "Oh my God, I just got a message," because I forgot what they use, but we don't use that.
Well, the guy that normally does the recording was like on his way there, and he tried to record it from his phone, I guess, like start the recording from his phone.
And
Talked
then when
for
he
like
switched to the computer,
20 minutes, and then he transferred the computer, and then everything up to that point, it just started over, and he didn't have that recording. It was like,
and it was like they had like interviewed me so much, and we were like, okay, so we really don't remember what we've talked about. It's like, well, I was funny. Now I'm to the tired drinking part. Now I'm gonna be boring. So great. But that actually did happen, and they're like, "Oh, what did we talk about? What did we say?" And
Or did it happen? You could just be lying.
yeah,
I'm just saying.
he got,
You're talking to people who know
I'm like,
you, not sure you're funny. Just saying.
oh my gosh, like so. That is always like a paranoid thing now, though, is that
well, I thought I messed it up with Sarah because I had to go in that room for whatever reason. I don't even remember why, but I hit pause, like I was watching a movie or something. I was like, I'm just gonna pause and then we'll, go in. I'll be right back. And then it said your recording is. I was like, wait, what?
thankfully it did not mess it up.
Yeah, it didn't mess it up. And I just hit re-record and then I left. It was fine. But,
Well, one of the first ones we were doing, I forgot to hit record, but I hit because you have to hit a request for Dustin to approve the request since it's under
Yeah.
on their
Our
side.
account,
And then
yeah.
he didn't believe me. I'm like, wait, this is not recording. Yeah, it is. I'm like, no, it's not.
and the
Yes,
thing
it
is,
No,
whenever
it's
you
not.
request the recording, there's a little checkbox that says, "I'll, remember this option
Always
for all
allow.
always allow." So I click that every single time, and then every single time you have to ask me again. It's like this is pointless. Like why even have this box if it don't do nothing?
No.
It's fine.
So you send a request.
Now we
and then
all
you record.
check that it says recording at the top ever since Thomas's screw up. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Now
every
that
now and
everybody
again
knows.
just like roll to the top just to make sure it still says recording. Because
Like it just shut
like
off in the middle.
we're barely funny now. I couldn't be funny-ish at all on a second time. So this is it. Like this is all we got.
Yeah.
And
I
now
do
you
make
know
it.
how the 30-minute ones start.
I know.
Right.
Yeah.
We forgot.
Okay, nice,
This is
nice
all you
talking to
get.
you, Dan. Nice talking to you. No.
Nice. There it is.
Yeah.
All right, for real though. I don't think we have anything else. So,
No.
yep.
Have a good
So,
Time,
night.
same
Peace
place.
out.
see
Like,
ya.
See you
subscribe,
guys
all the
next
things.
time.